Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh. Dudes, welcome to a day in the life of a touring drummer. What time is it? Dude, Pacific. Sweet, I'm up early. Let's do this. Dudes, welcome to the legendary MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Mike Tyson once bit off Dude Vander Holy Dude's ear in the ring, and now here tonight, I in turn will bite off my opponent's ear. That's right, the ear of not rocking. Let's go. It's been a sentimental tour for me, full of storied amphitheaters and arenas I never actually thought I'd set foot in as a performer. And so I begin my day paying spiritual respects to those who came before me in these hallowed halls, which in the case of this arena includes such legends as Britney Spears, Walker Texas Ranger, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Billy Joe from Green Day, my drunk aunt at Thanksgiving, Simon and Garfunkel, the policeman from Village People, various YouTubers hoping to follow in my footsteps, and the greatest band of all time, Nickelback. These sheds are all that way though, full of labyrinthian passages and doorways and rooms where my heroes ate blue M&Ms and Tostitos and deliberated where to put blackened or dump weed or stacked actors in the set list and behaved themselves completely. But I'm getting away from the point, and that is that so much of the art that has given my life meaning has lived in these buildings. And a proper day on the road begins with observing that and remembering that before we were here, we were in an even more sacred place. Out there. The land of drunks, phone cameras, and $15 chicken fingers with no way to hold them and the sauce and eat them all at the same time. But also the land where I came to know my one true self. It's the land of the music fan. It's also known as this row right here, unless you're a Ticketmaster robot. Row Double W Squad, rise up. Anyway, if you're up early like me, you might still be waiting on the stage and production to get up and running, especially if you're the support act, since the headliner gets to do whatever they want first. And believe me, as a perennial support act, I can attest, there's a pecking order on these tours, and you must respect that you're in the headliner's house at all times, and in return, they will respect you back. Okay, that was probably an accident, but eventually it's time to work, dude, and for many of us, work starts with the brutal labor of load-in. It's your chance to show you're a team player, whether you're a band guy or a crew guy, so my advice is to jump right in. Get your hands dirty, find the first lightweight, gearish looking piece of gear you can find, and just carry it back and forth places so that at any given time you look like you're working hard and moving something important. Thank the gods of rock though, dude. One thing that makes these arena shows infinitely easier to power through is that every venue comes packed with local stage hands, known primarily of course for their ability to carry one or sometimes even multiple items up to 20 or 30 feet directly into the nearest path of egress. But more importantly, they're known for their raw enthusiasm to make it happen. Like they'll kind of do whatever you want. And I will admit that I abuse that on a daily basis, but you can't tell me those men and I weren't on a magic carpet ride over Agrabah for a second. Nah, you can't take that experience away. Right, so with the help of the hands, at some point between load-in and soundcheck, the gear gets built on a riser. We can talk more about the bits and pieces in a separate conversation, but for now we'll just say it gets built and it rolls on out there for a line check. Speaking of which, assuming you're small time enough to do your own sound check, that's me. It's a sacred, strangely meditative musical part of the day, but there's also some real technical inside baseball going on here, so let me spill the secrets. First of all, the whole point of sound check is to make sure everything on stage works, so you're gonna want some standard mic check go-tos for efficiency.
Checking and waffles, checking salad, checking Parmigiana, Chick-fil-A limited edition spicy, checking.
Actually, there's one I like even better. I'll give you a classic one from one of my favorite musicians, Dylan Jones. It goes
spectacles, tent, tentacles, test, testing, 1, 2, 3.
It's funny because I almost said testicles, but then I didn't. These are the comedy complexities one must understand to understand the road. Anyway, use your imagination. Not only will this impress your friends' girlfriends, but also, I'm pretty sure sound guys love when you use their work time as yet another avenue to try and fill your compulsive need for attention you developed in childhood, which caused you to become a musician in the first place. Wait. But also, we're there to get the gear right, tunings, devices, mix. It all happens at soundcheck with the help of your crew. Here's my drum tech, Zach. Look at him hard at work. He's the hardest working drum tech in the business.
I'm not your drum tech, I'm the bass player. I'm just doing this because you won't set up your own...
Oh, sorry, man. Okay, here, hang on, hold up. Actually, never mind. I don't know how to do this. Let's go to catering. Now we're gonna have some time to kill post soundcheck till the show, so it's the perfect time to eat some food and bond with your fellow road characters. Let me introduce them all now. So firstly, you get your venue guys, like local security guarding the backstage gate. We owe these people a lot, so I always like to pay them a visit and see what's on their mind.
This is James. Can I get backstage, man?
Nobody gets backstage. No tits, no ass, no candy. By God. Enjoy life.
I'll take that as a maybe.
Alright, and then you got your tour mates, like all the guys in the fellow bands on the bill with you. And every how-to hashtagging music expert I ever heard of says you gotta network with these guys, especially the headliner.
Can I sub your gig? Who are you? What if I just sit in on Buy Me a Boat? Networking.
Never mind. So moving on, you got your own crew. These are your essential partners in rock, and we all owe them more credit than we're ever gonna give them. Like, take your bus driver, for example. You need that dude in your life who gives a heck about something other than music, like guns or conspiracies or guns or football or guns, or the idiosyncrasies of water content and engine oil based on where the oil was pumped, and guns. And lot list. Also of note, every gig has a guy who gets all the responsibility and none of the thanks. Like our production manager, Turbo. Hey, here's Turbo now. Turbo, can you help me?
Turbo's not here. Leave a message.
Then last and least, you got your brothers in arms, the dudes you share the stage with, the bandmates themselves, man. Words cannot describe the bond you form with your fellow dude with whom you take the stage every night. You get to know them pretty well. Let's now unfairly distill each of them down to one exaggerated characteristic because we spend so much time around them that we can't see them as real people anymore. Here we go. Number 1, every band needs a stress ball.
Bill, catering has been delayed 3 minutes.
If this happens 6 or 7 more times, I quit. I'm serious.
Number 2, every band needs a veteran who's been there, done that. You know which ones know what they're talking about because they spit after. Number 3, you need this guy in spades.
Man, we should get together in town sometime.
We're together right now.
Yeah, but we should get together in town sometime, man.
Number 4, hey man, you're really good at guitar. And lastly, perhaps most importantly,
Special thanks to the fans, especially the fans that blow, see? I always wondered what they were talking about in those 80s rockumentaries.
Anyway, dudes, there's a show to do. So we meet in the dressing room beforehand and get hyped by saying whatever over-masculinized things we can think of.
I have many small resentments towards each of you.
Alright, boys, you know what to do on 3. 1, 2, 3, it, we'll do it live!
Woo!
So after wasting the last 23 hours of my life, it's time for that 60 minutes of glory. Nothing left to do but wait for that sacred rock and roll moment when the house lights go out. And when they do, as I've sworn to those who came here before me, I savor it, because any time could be the last time. Showtime, dudes. Having thusly bitten off the ear of not rocking, the circle of road life completes itself. Everything returns to where it began, and we're left with nothing but the sweet memory of our dreams coming true for a fleeting moment. Also hearing damage, but not before each stagehand takes a souvenir of their choice without your permission. As for me, well dudes, just as the drums return to their road case, so too does my life return to meaninglessness, and the wait begins to see if I'll meet the pleasure of the stage again tomorrow. No wonder so many of us fall into temptation every night out here. What else is there to do? I mean, I guess you could cheer on the other bands, as long as you do so passive-aggressively. Or you could try and find your self-worth in a night of romance with an adoring lady in the crowd. But good luck remembering where you left that worth when you get home and there's no more flashing lights around you to make anybody think you're any better than anybody else. Nope, turn around, we literally just talked about this. Or if you want to be a nerd about it, you can hide from Vice altogether and make a road vlog. That'll really disappoint the devil. But as sure as tomorrow comes, he'll be back and we'll do the whole song and dance again. Lather, rinse, repeat.
And there you have it, dudes. Thanks for joining me on this World Dude Tour. If I wasn't a rock and roll road legend before, I sure am now. Later, dudes.